To me, how a film chooses to present its story is very, very crucial. There are the two sides of film that two types of audiences enjoy, the two sides of films that reveal their intentions and how we're meant to perceive them. To people, sometimes we can be ignorant and complain about a film's direction because it's not the execution they expected, despite it not being the intentions they wanted it to be, completely misunderstanding from the audience, not the filmmakers. Not to say you don't have a right to how you wish the film to be, or to your own opinion. Rather to understand to appreciate a film for how it executes its ideas by the side it chooses. Not for a film that doesn't follow the ideas you want it. Simplicity v complex. These are the two sides of film. A simplistic picture being a film that is for all intents and purposes isn't meant to be taken seriously, rather only intended to make you have a fun and entertaining time. A pure popcorn flick. Or is not revolutionary, rather a film that follows familiar routes whilst having a lot of care put into it. A complex film is the pure opposite. A film intended to be unique, experimental, be a pure Oscar winner, not by intention, but by being valued for its creative and layered depths of ideas to make for a film, not to confuse you, but make you feel or learn something real. These are the two sides of film, and I love both. Simple films are mostly enjoyed by casuals, typical people who just simply want to watch a fun and entertainingly well-made flick. And complex pictures, more dedicated to the hardcore film or intellectual kinds. Films that really challenge us on an emotional and philosophical level by pushing the limits of film we have never seen quite just yet. Yet people on either side tend to hate the other, hating films for being confusing and ridiculously deep. The other hating films for brainless moviegoers and nothing but crash grab filler. Yet, I'm in the middle. I love both. Yet, what makes these two sides special? Simplicity comes from films that are just intended to be entertaining, usually resulting from big summer blockbusters from the studio system or smaller. Yet still, simple films that just have a creative enough twist to formulas to make it refreshing, yet still familiar. I love these kinds of films. If they entertain me enough, yet are also creative, whether it be in the director's fun filmmaking, really charming characters, or just creative enough story, I'll be settled. Sure, there can be a lot of simple films that are bare bones, no meat, have no creative soul, and are beat by beat the same as dozens and dozens of other films. Complete filler. And I don't enjoy those films, yet it doesn't stop me from still appreciating the good films that, though simplistic, still have enough energy, charisma, creativity to be fun and outlandish. Good, comfort food, cozy, or surprisingly clever films that put a smile on my face, whether just for me or the people in my life. The side I prefer more is, of course, a complex film, yet not from biased angles, but from just maturing and really allowing myself into more distinct and interesting concepts I've never quite seen before, let alone casual people around me. The films that aren't simple, the films that make me see the wider scope of cinema like I've never seen it before, the films that require my third eye to awaken, not to make me confused, but to make me jump right down into its many layers of complexity and depth to really appreciate the film even further. Directorial visions, the pure indie hits, the foreign classics, all kinds of films that don't tell you the story out front, rather challenge you to explore it further. And as a reward, you end up with a film you love so much and hold very dear to your heart because it just had so much to say. You have so much to say. Yet, those are only just what makes up the experience and concept of a simple and complex film. Yet to me, there are two types of those two sides. For complexity, it's the concept and emotional kinds of complex films. Films that leave you emotionally complex. You don't know how to feel, or you feel a range of emotions, depression, frustration, or pure satisfaction. Films that challenge you on an emotional level. They don't give you a happy ending, they leave you with the right ending. the ending you needed, the truth, the best kinds of films. There are complex films that have a concept or a range of concepts. Films that test familiar ideas and revolutionize how we see them, or offer us new ideas we've never seen presented, and truly push themselves further and further to the maximum. Films that truly leave a mark on us intellectually, or may just leave us a scar. There are two types of simple films, the pure popcorn flicks and the heartfelt ones. The popcorn flicks that are pure nonsense, pure bullshit, logic is thrown out the damn window, and nothing makes sense, yet so much love, care, and energy put into it that it leaves for an amazingly enjoyable cinematic experience, one that leaves you on a true adventure. Then, the heartfelt ones, films that present themselves as simple going in, and they start off that way, yet subvert your expectations and reveal their disguise to you. Though they don't push the boundaries into complexity, they leave you with so much more than you expected. You don't leave with a large roundup of emotions, yet leave you with an emotion, pure content, happiness, or satisfaction to make it memorable, not for showing the scene before, but by showing us the unexplored. Yet within these two sides of filmmaking and moviegoer angles, there always tends to be arguments. Your deep and complex films are boring, confusing, and nonsensical. Dumb Oscar bait movies, the one side may say. Your bare bones and generic cash grab films are boring, filler, and not on our level, the other side would also say. A big debate is always tied to blockbusters and the Oscars. Frustration at simple popcorn flicks not being valued at the Oscars, and the award-winning experimental picture to not be seen at the box office. An argument of money and acclaim. To me, it's total fucking horseshit. Let me go off beat for a minute. Who gives a fuck about how much money or awards a film makes? We should see those as bonuses. Be enjoyed that a film we adore was adored by everybody and made bank to show the filmmakers they are talented and that we can get more films like it in the industry. We should be enjoy that a creative and experimental film we've never quite seen before gets awards, not just to show the filmmakers they are talented, but to show just how much of an impact that film truly made, not just on the industry, yet on us. To me, I love both sides and critique a film not because it's not revolutionary or not simple, but because I acknowledge the film's intentions if it wants to be simple or complex, and critique the film off how well it excels on their side. If a film is simple, then do I leave that theater with a serviceable and entertaining time? If a film is complex, did it really leave me in an emotional state that made it truly great art? Though I enjoy both sides of film, that's not to say they don't have their pros and cons. For simple film, it's refreshing to watch a more cozy and laid-back, fun enough film when watching so many challenging films one after the other. Yet they can really stick out like a sore thumb in comparison if it's a film that really has no effort put into it and comes off as a film that wastes your time and doesn't at least attempt to leave a remark on you. It's always amazing to watch a film with so many ideas and depth put into it to make it unique and greatly appreciate it for being highly above the standard of film you tend to expect. Yet, complex films are best at still providing you a story to grasp on and leave a lot of creative details and more to still leave it up to your fullest interpretation. Yet there will always be complex films that think they are deep, when in reality think being confusing results in them being smart when they're not. Yet, in the end, all that matters is not about what side is better, what side you're on, what are the best kinds of films, what kinds of film there are. Yet, what you simply desire. I always recommend to allow yourself to dive into both sides of the pool. Allow yourself to be challenged by an incredibly well-made film. Yet also allow yourself a breather and watch a film that is pure fun, yet isn't devoid of emotion. It's all about what you desire out of film. Either sides, or like me, enjoy both. Just don't judge somebody for liking the other, or judge films of the other despite you not watching them. Enjoy what you enjoy. At the end of the day, film, whether simple or complex, is still film by the end of the day. It's all about, at the end of the day, the vision, the filmmaker, and how they portray their film. That's what makes it all equal. Both sides are held behind filmmakers. If a filmmaker wants you to critique the film off simplicity and how much it amused you, judge it for if it amused you. If a filmmaker wants you to not only critique, yet analyze and go into the film's hidden layers, then do that and appreciate the layers if they are present. By the end of the day, enjoy both sides or appreciate both sides. Film is still film, and it's all truly marvelous. It's amazing to watch a film that you know is going to change your mindset once you sit down and leave it truly marveled at its execution. Yet it's also amazing to watch a film that will be simple fun going in and yet leave it having been surprised at how much more was put into it. All that matters is that it isn't about sides, kinds, or types of film. It's all about if you enjoyed it and how it makes you feel, how the filmmaker wanted you to feel, and whether or not you felt it. Because by the end of the day, the simplicity of film is that it's never simple. It's always complex. It's all emotions are, yet some days, some emotions aren't that complex to hold.